So what's going on, guys? You read the title, the all-new Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. Is this the iPad killer Android lovers have been waiting for? On April 3rd, 2010, Apple released the first iPad, and it would have been much sooner. The late Steve Jobs once went on record stating that Apple began developing the iPad before the iPhone, but temporarily shelved the effort after realizing that its ideas would work just as well in a mobile phone. And holy hell, they were right. Samsung entered the market space with the 7-inch Samsung Galaxy Tab, available to the public, I believe, on November 5th of 2010. So this was Samsung's response to the almighty Apple. 7 inches? Wow, that's a phone these days. Inches. There really is a phone these days. And over the past 10 years, Apple had arguably the better tablet, and just depends who you ask. But even at that time, Android fans were fans of the iPad. I mean, at that point, I had an Android phone and an iPad. With trailing data going back over the last year, we can see that Apple's dominated the tablet space, capturing 50% of the market, with Samsung trailing at 22%. However, in that same time span, Samsung has shown market growth while Apple has dropped several percentage points. When we look at operating systems, Android dominates the market with 74.25% of the market share versus iOS's 25.15% of the market share. So you iMessage supremacists, please don't chastise Team Green Bubble Applejax. Do you pass judgment when you send a text and you get a reply and it's a green bubble?
I can't lie, I sometimes do.
I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments below. How do you feel when you get a text response and it's a green bubble? So here we are 10 years later with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, and Samsung has finally done it. Samsung has finally created the iPad killer, but it needed help. Okay, so you're probably looking at my wrist, a Samsung Galaxy Watch 3, and you look at my phone and it's the Galaxy Z Fold 2, and you're all about to exit this video declaring me a fanboy not worthy of opinion. But my second phone is an iPhone 11 Pro Max, and the 2020 iPad Pro has been my daily driver for media consumption since it came out. And our video workstation over there on the other side of the studio is also an iMac. And my son totes around with his iPad nearly everywhere he goes, just like a zombie glued to Roblox. Needless to say, my home is non-discriminatory to tech. All tech is welcomed. Buttons, touchscreens, graphics cards. If I can touch it, I want to touch it. Come on over, tech. I want to play with you. So what makes this device so special? For starters, it's the first 5G enabled tablet in the US, and this version is Wi-Fi only. Did I say version or virgin? The Galaxy Tab S7, which is the 11-inch variant, starts at $649, and the 12.4-inch S7 Plus, which you see here, starts at $849. If you want 5G connectivity, add $200 to the starting price. And I just think that that's overkill. I mean, you got a phone. If you really need to connect, you connect. If you got to connect, go to Starbucks, get Wi-Fi. Hey, problem solved. You get up to 1 terabyte of expandable storage and a long-lasting battery with up to 14 hours of video playback. 25-watt fast charging in the box, which you can upgrade to a 45-watt super fast charger, a Snapdragon 865 Plus under the hood with up to 8 gigs of RAM. The one we have in the studio right here is the 6 gig variant. It has a beautiful edge-to-edge Super AMOLED display with a 12.4-inch 2080 by 1752 resolution. Yes, those are big numbers just to say 2K. With HDR10 plus support, Netflix binging has never been more satisfying. This display is just incredible with an ultra-smooth 120Hz variable refresh rate, an in-display fingerprint reader, and a redesigned S Pen included, which features a super smooth 9 millisecond response time. So writing, drawing, scrolling, it just feels natural. But placement on the rear can be finicky. For instance, I'm not looking and I'm not getting it right. There you go. Did I get it right? And you know what? I think I put the pen the wrong side in. Gotta turn this over. And again, this just takes some getting used to, because if you don't get it right, the pen's not gonna charge. And I just received a notification that it is charging. The charging bay on the back works with the pen pointing only one way, as you can see. And yeah, that can be a little annoying at times. The magnets are not the strongest, but it gets the job done and secures the pen as best one would expect. Also, with the pen on the back, it acts like a stand, almost giving you a subtle, better viewing angle when placed on the table, which you guys can see there. Apple charges an additional $129 for the Apple Pencil, so this is a win for Samsung. We do have the optional book cover keyboard, and as you guys can see, it sticks, it nails it, it just gets it in. And this was going to set you back $114 if you buy it from Samsung. And for the 11-inch variant of the Samsung Tab, that's going to set you back $99. And in fact, I think I need to get on over to Best Buy and say, hey, can you price match? Because I did spend $249 on this book keypad thingamajig. And Apple's Magic Keyboard is going to set you back at least an additional $300. Way to go, Apple tax. The keyboard, I enjoy a lot. The button travel is perfect, and the tactfulness is right up there with some of the best laptop keyboards. And the trackpad I like because it enables gesture control. So you don't get your fingerprints on the screen all the time. And this is one of the annoying things about tablets. I got greasy fingers. I'm always eating chicken. Come on, I'm getting a smudgy screen. With an intuitive way to navigate, you can use the trackpad and you can switch from app to app, or you can just navigate through the screen. Now, the keyboard shines because it also enhances the Samsung DeX experience, which makes this tablet feel more like a laptop. I also like how it protects the S Pen in the back, and it keeps from falling out while you're writing that all-important email. My biggest complaint is not really lappable. I don't think it's lappable. I mean, you're not going to be able to rest this on your lap, guys. Okay, so on to the cameras. On the rear, you have a 13 megapixel main capable of 4K video at 30 frames per second. Not the best camera, but great for document scanning. We have a 5 megapixel ultra wide for those group shots, but I wonder how many people would truly take advantage of a camera on a tablet? I mean, it just seems like work. Now, you do get an 8 megapixel selfie, which can do 1080p at 30 frames per second. So you can outshine your peers on Zoom calls. Like, you're just ballin'. While their cool Lenovo's and Macs have 720 cameras, which is reminiscent of Pac-Man on Atari, you are rocking a superior 1080p resolution for higher quality video. So be a boss, do boss things, and look great doing it. Mic is average at most, but totally usable. Now, the tablet makes up for the mic with quad speakers, and you're gonna see the speakers aligned in the corner, and it has Dolby Atmos support. And these things are loud, ranking right up there and going toe-to-toe with the 2020 iPad Pro. Max decibels in our testing clipping 81 dB. So that's pretty loud, and it will annoy all the other passengers on the plane. So use a headset. And speaking of headset, there isn't a headphone jack. So yeah, go ahead and just Bluetooth it. Some of you will argue that the Galaxy Tab looks just like an iPad, and you'd be right. But I beg to ask the question, how much can you really change a tablet design? I mean, it's a slate of glass with a ton of geek stuff underneath. So with all things being comparable and more affordable with the Galaxy Tab, how did it become the iPad killer? Earlier, I said with the help and unsurprisingly from Apple's lifetime nemesis, Microsoft. Dum, 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 dum. You see, this tablet does what no iPad can do, and that is stream games from Xbox Game Pass and NVIDIA's own GeForce Now. And with game streaming being the way of the future, Tab S7 positions itself as the gaming client device you want. And I do say client because you don't need uber powerful graphics cards like we have back there. Yeah, we got the 3080 in the studio and we replaced the 2080 and we're getting the 3090 coming in too. So we're going to be doing some benchmark tests. But that kind of versatility is completely absent from iOS and the iPad OS thanks to Apple's archaic and possibly monopolistic App Store policies. And I'm rooting for you, Epic. We're rooting for you. Gamers need to root for Epic. We're voting Epic November 2nd. Apple's in-app purchase commissions of 30% plus their intense vetting processes means Apple would have to review each game individually before allowing it into their store. And each game would have to individually fork over another 30% to Apple for in-game purchases, on top of the 30% for subscriptions to Xbox Game Pass or GeForce Now, originating from the Apple Store. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how Apple became a $2 trillion company. It's great to see tablets assume more utility. I mean, some time ago, a tablet seemed more like a luxury purchase, just a bigger phone, a bigger screen, a better battery. But it couldn't truly replace a laptop. And for the price of these tablets, it is safe to say you'd be better off buying a laptop. And that was then. But the future is now. I feel tablets can now make the mainstream jump into productivity environments. And with Samsung's partnership with Microsoft, that future feels sooner rather than later. Anyways, guys, this is Gabe with Review Dork. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, do so now. I would greatly appreciate it. And make sure you turn on notifications so you can get more of my annoying self. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this review. I'm signing out. Peace.